You know that feeling, right? You're in a huge mall, you know exactly what you want, but you have absolutely no clue where to find it. Well, today, we're not just talking about solving that frustration we all feel, we're actually digging into a concrete plan to build the search bar for the physical world. And really, this is an invitation to build it together.
It's such a simple question, isn't it? But really think about it for a second. You are standing in this massive, buzzing place with thousands upon thousands of products all around you. You have something specific in mind, but you're just stuck. Where do you even begin? That feeling of being totally lost, that's the exact problem we're going to unpack today. This quote just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures how kind of absurd modern retail has become. I mean, you can find and order a product from halfway across the planet with a single tap on your phone, and yet the shop that's maybe 50 feet away from you, it's a complete black box. This isn't just a small inconvenience, it's a huge, expensive blind spot for the entire retail industry. So, that brings us to what we call the invisible mall problem. And look, this isn't just about shoppers feeling a little annoyed. It's a fundamental breakdown in discovery for an industry that, despite everything you hear about online shopping, is still the main event.
I mean, just look at this number. Over 80%. That's how many sales in Southeast Asia are still happening in brick-and-mortar stores. That's where the customers are. That's where the money is being spent. The physical world isn't dying. It's just digitally invisible.
And this is where it gets really interesting. This slide shows this incredible contradiction. A massive 70% of Malaysians prefer to shop in a real store. They want that experience, right? To see things, to touch them. But, and this is a big but, over 60% of them say they have trouble finding what they're looking for once they're inside. So the desire to be there is huge, but the experience itself is just broken.
Okay, so how do we fix this? How do we bridge this massive gap between what people want and what they can actually find? Well, the solution is actually surprisingly simple and elegant. We give the physical world the one tool that has completely defined the digital world, a search bar.
And this is it. This is DCAT. It's a search engine, but it's not for the whole internet. It's built for the place you're standing in right now. And the most important part here is zero friction. Think about it. There's no app you have to download, no annoying login to create. It just uses something we all do anyway, scanning a QR code.
For the shopper, the experience could not be easier. 1, you scan a code you see on a wall or a directory. 2, you type in what you want, running shoes, iPhone charger, whatever. And 3, bam! You instantly get a list of the stores that have it with simple directions on how to walk there. It's really that simple.
Okay, I know what you're probably thinking. It's the big question, right? The elephant in the room. Why can't I just Google it? And you know what? That's a totally fair question, but it kind of misunderstands what a tool like Google was actually built for. And this slide right here illustrates the point perfectly. See, Google's job is to index the entire global internet. It's incredible, but it can't tell you if that little boutique 30 feet away has your shirt size in stock at this very moment. It can't give you walking directions from the food court. And crucially for the mall owner, it can't tell you what hundreds of people were searching for inside the mall and couldn't find. DCAT is laser-focused on answering the only question that matters in that moment. Who sells this here, right now?
And let's be super clear here. This isn't some crazy, futuristic idea. This is already a proven, global standard. The biggest, smartest mall operators on the planet are already doing it. Simon in the US, Westfield in Europe, Mitsui in Japan, even right here in Malaysia, One Utama is showing that this model works. For a modern retail space, this is no longer a nice-to-have, it's what you need to do to compete.
So the idea is proven. The market need is crystal clear. The question is, how do we bring this to life? And that brings us to the real heart of this proposal, a concrete, actionable plan that we're calling the Antler-Ready Pilot. It's designed specifically to turn this concept into a real venture, ready for a top-tier accelerator like Antler.
Now, this whole plan is based on real-world experience. We've learned that mall operators are definitely interested on an operational level, but their internal processes are just slow. They're risk-averse, and that kills early-stage ideas. So the answer isn't a better slide deck. The answer is a super low-risk pilot that just gets in the door and proves the value with actual live data.
So here's the game plan. It's a focused 6-month sprint. For the first couple of months, we finalize the tech. Then, for the next 4, we go live in a real mall. And the goal is simple. At the end of that 6 months, we walk into a pitch with VCs or an accelerator like Antler holding undeniable data that shows exactly how shoppers use it and what they're looking for. So how do we actually make this pilot happen? This is where the presentation really becomes an invitation. It's about the very specific partnership we need to unlock this whole opportunity.
And the ask is pretty unique. Look, every startup needs some runway, of course, but the most critical piece of the puzzle right now, it isn't capital, it's strategic access. It's about finding the right partner who can open the door to just one high-traffic location to run this game-changing pilot.
So here it is, laid out as clearly as possible. This isn't a pitch for a passive investor. This is a genuine invitation to join as a strategic co-founder. The role is clear. Lead the partner relations, secure that crucial pilot access. The contribution is defined, and the reward is just as clear, a significant equity stake in a venture that has a very defined 6 to 9 month path to a real seed round.
And really, this is what it's all about. This isn't just about launching one app or one pilot program. It's about a shared vision to fundamentally improve, and honestly, to future-proof the physical shopping experience for everyone.
I think this quote says it all. The mission here isn't to try and fight e-commerce. You can't beat online shopping at its own game. The goal is to use simple, smart technology to protect and even amplify what makes physical retail so great in the first place, that sense of discovery, the human connection, the community.
So I'll just leave you with this one last thought to ponder. What if all of that anonymous foot traffic, all those people walking around, could be turned into a clear dashboard of what your customers actually want? What if a mall could stop guessing what its community is looking for and start knowing in real time? That's the future that a searchable mall makes possible.